One time when I was a kid, one time I told my dad, like, hey, I can burp the alphabet, and I was just like forcing myself to burp, and after every burp I just went A, B. But that's pretty good. You're supposed to say the letter while you're burping. And I went, oh. This is my bad. I thought I nailed it.
Right, crushed it.
Oh, baby, I got to Z.
But if you could burp on command, you could just do it.
Now I can. I'm just saying, when I was a kid, I just thought burping the alphabet was as simple as, just like burp A, burp. Like I forced myself to burp 26 times. Is that not impressive enough?
How do you even do that?
You just like swallow a little air and just burp.
Now's your chance to redeem yourself.
What, burp the alphabet?
Yeah.
Is that
A.
Oh.
Yeah.
It said, oh.
You skipped.
Oh, God. I still want you to make that group adults, no talent.
Oh, ants?
Yeah.
I think about it all the time.
He told me about this idea he had, and it was so good. I was like, I thought it existed. I'm like, wait, can we join this? And he's like, no, it's just an idea. I'm like,
Yeah, what is this?
When I was out in DC, I wanted to learn basketball, but all the groups, like on Facebook or like any of the community centers, just had pickup basketball. The problem is I had absolutely no fundamentals. What I wanted to do is I wanted to get other adults who were not talented and like pool our money together for a coach and then coach us on like the fundamentals because we missed out. It seems like there's a huge gap. You either learn it when you're a kid or you are just a nerd forever. And so I thought of adults with no talent, and I shortened it to adults, comma, no talent, ants. And ants would be a way for people to get together and learn the fundamentals of sports that they want to do,
Yeah.
but they don't have. Because I called every park district in DC, and they're like, are you 12? And I said, no.
Why do you ask?
Yeah. And so,
That's awesome.
yeah.
I think
And
you should do it.
I want to play soccer and volleyball so bad.
Soccer is
Yeah,
what I went to
honestly,
do myself.
an ants league where you have just the sports where it's just kind of like, hey, are you an adult that missed your chance?
Mhm.
Come learn. An ants league, non-profit where you're just like finding coaches to teach adults how to learn these sports for the first time.
Yes, I'm talking about like calling up high schools and community colleges and getting their coaches to be like, hey, we have a side gig for you. We'll pay you, I don't know.
Just enough.
Yeah, right. But like if every adult, if there's 10 adults and they pitch in $5, that's $50. I think that's enough for like a session here and there, a couple of sessions.
I think you can get like a D3 coach to be like, yeah, fuck it, I can do that.
Yeah, make a side gig.
What else
out
am
of
I
it.
doing?
Yeah.
I coach Division 3 basketball. It's the same thing. It's just teaching adults basketball.
Yeah.
Everyone who's Division 3 just is like still playing in its senior year, and they're like,
So you've
"Do
coached
you want to do
basketball?
this?" No.
Oh.
What? What? Do I make it sound like I know how to coach
I thought you
basketball?
said I coached it.
Yeah, I thought
No.
you said that too.
No, I didn't say that.
You said I did Division 3 basketball.
No. What?
Well, what did you say?
What did I say?
You could hire.
Yeah, I
a
said you could just
Division
hire
three.
someone who's done like Division 3 basketball.
Oh,
'Cause what
okay.
are they doing?
I
Yeah.
still,
Coaching-
I still
coaching.
think I heard you right.
No, I don't think so.
I think I did too.
Both of you. Stop it.
Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss.
Oh, did you break it?
Yeah, what happened to the noise?
It's not.
No, wait, really?
No.
Oh.
No.
Well, you're supposed to. What's the point
That's
of putting your
pretty
hand in
good.
it? Yeah, how did you do that?
What? Make noise?
How did you actually change the pitch?
Is that Jaws?
I think.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, that's how you do
did
it?
it that
Yeah.
time. It was. It's like. Okay, so just 4 notes.
I guess so. I mean,
I think you can, with the hand, you can like...
Are you supposed to go like this?
I'm not sure what you're supposed
Wait,
to
are
do
you
with
supposed
the
to have
hand.
like a plate thingy and then you like.
I think
Oh,
you're just
the-
like moving the...
I think that's for like a regular trumpet. It does that noise.
Yeah, keep doing that.
is it doing anything?
It's doing something for me. That's for sure.
Trying to see if I have like an object that's like a plate shape. Oh, hey, check it.
Check it. Oh, check it out.
Funk soul brother,
Yeah,
right
that's
about now. Wow.
Yeah, this will probably work just fine.
Actually, the reason
the
that I
bump drum. Now I really want to know what they do.
I want to tell you why I bought that because I think it's funny.
You sound
Maybe
like
I shouldn't talk about it because it is like a
Charlie Brown's father.
It's
That
like
was
a
Ward.
anarchist
Yeah.
activity.
You stole it?
No, it was like
Nah.
there are some protests they do in the middle of the night that are disruptive, that target certain, genocidal individuals, we'll say, where like the organizers don't name themselves, no one knows anyone's name, you show up masked,
I see.
and it said bring noisemakers because we're gonna wake these motherfuckers up
That's
Oh, yeah.
fun.
in their house, and so all we had is like pots and pans, and I was like, I want something really loud. Went to the thrift store and I'm like, this'll do.
Really?
Yeah.
Same day?
That
Close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get to bring it because it was like afterwards. I was like, oh, noisemakers are like a thing. Protests.
This thing definitely
Certain
is.
kinds of protests.
Does this mean
Yeah.
anything to you, Mitch? Here's a diagram
is-
of what to do with your hand.
Oh, you were right.
Oh, so I am just shoving my hand in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, you're a natural.
Holy shit, there's no way that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, this can't be right.
You know what? I can't help but think, like, a lot of instruments are supposed to, like, look really sensual when you play them because it's like,
No, don't.
no, I
Hey,
remember.
Freud. That's
Yeah, no, like,
take it easy.
I'm right. They would literally they literally are supposed to simulate like certain like soft hand movements and like finger dexterity and stuff because that's why it's like sexy when you see like a really good guitar.
You know, you're right, because when
it's
I
like-
see the French horn, I am just horned
Well, that's
up.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What this instrument
They
does
say
is
horny
like
actually comes from
You're letting
seeing
have
the
this.
French
it's
horn
really just like
and becoming aroused.
Yeah, the fucking the fister.
some ladies might like some of that, like, oh, look at that guy.
Yeah. Oh, you must be good with the French horn.
Oh, you like this? Oh, yeah.
Well-known fact: French horn players are very sexy.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
Do you know any?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know one.
Me neither. Yeah. Evidently. Me neither.
It's a very unsexy instrument.
It really. I couldn't imagine a more unsexy instrument.
So, like, as a woman, do you go trombone?
Is it the one that's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, see? She's picking up what I'm fucking saying.
Are
That's a lot
you
of
saying
things
like
look like you do.
if as a man I saw a woman playing trombone, I don't know if I'd be like, now that's sexy.
What about violin? Because you're kind of.
I don't know what's
Yeah.
the sexiest instrument that a woman could play. Like if I saw a woman like
Violin.
Well, I think it depends. Drums, but that's just because I want to get beat up the whole time. I need someone to go gorilla mode on me. That really stopped your I'm sorry.
Did you say? Yeah, hang on. I stopped thinking for a second.
Sorry.
God.
Did you say I need a woman to go gorilla mode on me?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh my! All right, cool. Right on.
This
You
is
know what? I think
this is a
the
PG
I
program.
think the sexiest instrument for a woman is bass, and I don't know why. I don't know why.
There's, you know what? I do think it's a
There's
stringed instrument. I think it has
Yeah.
to be something like. Honestly, all right. I'm not saying I subscribe to this, but if we're going into your theory of like sexual, like sensuality,
Yeah.
if a woman is like playing a low guitar and her fingers are down here,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, keep going.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It might be like I could see how a man would be like, now that's sexy.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of what we were going for with the trombone thing, because it's like a
Right. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
I will say though, for the drummer, I have seen a girl drummer on TikTok that has like this dress with like thigh slits, and so when she plays, it's just.
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah.
incredible.
I mean, I don't disagree with you.
Oh, yeah. What's her name?
I don't remember. I'll find
around?
it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
There's this one that I watch. Her name is like Sarah T, and her handle on everything is like Sarah T Drum Guru.
Mhm.
But she kind of has like a wild, wacky, like she has her tongue out and her eyes are all crazy. 'Cause she's really good. Like I don't think she can control her facial expressions. I wonder if you would think she's sexy, actually.
Me too. You guys are, keep it coming. You guys follow so many drummers on
I wish I had the capabilities to like
the green screen. Oh,
yeah.
We'll
when
get there
you
one
had
day.
me face it the other way, so it's like it's not really featured.
Yeah.
I'll buy more green screen. Yeah, that'd be funny just to have things playing like behind us.
Yeah, I mean, we could probably put it here and then just
Mm-hmm.
hang the painting and stuff, right?
Yeah, fuck the painting. Or I can get, a nice little, like,
Lord.
TV in the middle.
Is that a
Is it-
girl
did you
or
find
a
her?
man?
Okay.
No, I found something else.
Is that a girl or a man? It's a crazy thing to say.
Sorry.
Without context. She's going, oh man, is that a girl or a man?
I feel like
It's
it was
neither, it's a
better if
plant.
it was a woman.
It's a bird, it's a plane.
I think I'm with Sean about drummers.
Uh-oh.
Girls. Wow, I couldn't find the one I'm looking for, but I found something.
Just
Can we add French horn player to Mitch's, like, intro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. French horn
Professional.
fister.
Yeah. French fister.
Mm.
more French than horn.
I need to see this. I need to see this.
Wow.
Hey, did you figure it out?
Figure
I
what?
found something else.
Man or woman?
I
hand.
hope I'm just gonna pretend it's a woman.
It works for me most of the time.
Holy sh- What the fuck is this?
What the fuck, dude?
Again, if it's a woman, crazy.
In the first part.
Yeah, I don't know what she's talking about. I'm just trying to see that original video.
Okay, that's a man. He's shirtless.
Mm.
Okay, here, swipe up and then watch it from the beginning. No, like swipe the.
The
Yeah.
I hate attention?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, he's on a. That's a male drummer. So,
Yes, yeah.
so if your argument's that male drummers are sexy,
I thought it was,
no, he's shirtless.
I mean, he's obviously, like, trying to be, like, as sexy as possible. He's literally got a woman
Right,
on
it's
him.
just fucking
Magic Mike.
Fabio playing drums.
What happened to Fabio?
I don't know. That's a good question. I wasn't up in my Fabio war. I couldn't tell you what happened to him.
He was here and then he was gone.
He made a guest appearance on Sweet Life on Deck. That's the last I heard from
He
him.
did?
He did.
Mr.
Fabio? Yeah, I remember that scene specifically because it was the twins' mom.
Mm-hmm.
She like woke
Zach
up from-
and Cody.
Yeah, Zach and Cody's mom.
Favorite name.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, she has a name too. What was it?
Mom.
yeah, all right.
Claire?
What?
I don't know.
Okay, you just.
I don't know, man.
Mrs. Martin. So Mrs. Martin, she woke up from her daydream where she was with Fabio, and they're like, Mrs. Martin, I finished, and she goes, at least one of us did.
Oh.
And I'm like, this is a children's show.
Yeah.
Like, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Is that
Dan.
Yeah,
Schneider.
is that Dan the Man Schneider?
Dan, thick as a can, Schneider. Yeah.
Dan, show me your feet or you're off on the street, Schneider.
Speaking of feet.
Yeah,
That's the kind of
that's
people that are
actually.
into feet.
He had so much power. He made the logo to Nickelodeon a foot.
foot, yeah.
Oh
forgot
my
about
god.
that. That's a crazy way to put it. He had so much power. He was uncontrollable.
Like, and then they're gonna pretend like we had no idea this was going on. He
Yeah.
made your logo a foot.
Yeah. By the way, this is Thrill Illinois' #1 podcast, if you couldn't tell.
Is Dan Schneider from Illinois?
Thank God, no.
No, he couldn't be.
No.
No.
You said, like, you already know where he's from. It's probably California.
It's gotta be right.
100%.
Danimal? Let me see. Let me see. Dan Schneider.
Dangerous Dan.
Thick as a can.
Daniel James Schneider.
DJ Snyder?
DJ Schneider. Was,
yo.
No way. Not the guess I would have said, but actually looking at him, it does make sense.
Ohio.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I would not have guessed that.
No, he looks like a southern boy, but he says, now this is where it becomes apparent, he found work repairing computers in Memphis, but soon moved to LA to pursue a career in the entertainment industry. So he's just some southern sleazeball who, hit it big.
He does kind of have like a jelly roll build.
Like he's built like southern stock.
Yeah. Yeah, corn.
This might be an L take, but I feel like I've always kind of had the vibe whenever I see like a complete grown up, like 35 and up, like have a knack for making kids shows. Like they really know like how the mind of a kid works, and they're really good at like making entertaining little shows for them. I'm always like a little sus,
Yeah.
Like if you ever watch an actual kids show that's like kind of like Blue's Clues, but I don't know what the fuck is out there now. Like, and there's like.
Oh, the Wiggles, I think, is a good example. Those guys are
Yeah.
always a little creepy, right? You make kids music.
Yeah, it's like the way that they talk, and I'm just like, how do you? I think it's when it's a man, because if it's like Miss Rachel, it's like she's an angel. She's like, saving souls by being, herself, and like telling kids they can like do whatever they put their mind to. But whenever it's like a grown man in overalls, like dancing in front of a field, I'm like, someone should check this guy. Someone should, just to be, I don't know.
And no, I think you're onto something, because even C.S. Lewis, the guy who made Alice in Wonderland, he was really infatuated with kids. To the point where it was a little concerning.
Right.
And everyone accused him of being like a little too into kids.
Yeah.
But he was like so good at writing, and it's the Victorian era, so nobody knows so nobody can read.
Yeah.
So like he got away with it essentially, but
I think it's because
That would never happen today.
Yeah, good thing that dark time is
Yeah,
over.
we solved pedophilia.
Yeah.
we did. We
Well, yeah,
did.
because we have cell phones
We
and stuff, so
eradicated it.
nothing
Yes.
bad can happen when everyone has cell phones.
We have the ability to hold the government accountable now and
Yeah.
and release all the information they have on pedophilia
Yeah.
and pedophile islands. I gotta tell you,
Islands.
pedophile island is something that Alex Jones said that you go, please listen to this guy.
Yeah.
That's one of those things where if you were just like give me darts and be like, hey, throw this at a wall of shit Alex Jones said, and guess which one is correct. I didn't think we were ran by satanic pedophiles would be like the correct thing.
Yeah, I know. It's a major plot twist of our time.
It actually is.
But, those guys were fucking right.
Yeah.
Those guys, like, they're like QAnon almost, like, adjacent.
For sure,
And it's
100%. Yeah, I mean, you do have to shift through other like frogs are gay. I'm not sure about that one. I'm also not looking that one up. I don't care if frogs are gay or not. And, like crisis actors, whatever and stuff. But yeah, the satanic.
I guess his whole shtick was let me throw as much crazy shit at the wall so when I say something that's real, no one's gonna fucking.
Yeah, like, he'll kind of be allowed to say it, like, he doesn't. Or, if you've ever seen early Alex Jones before he lost his mind.
On public access.
Or he was on to too much. Yeah, have you seen,
Yeah.
like, when he videotaped the Bohemian Grove fucking ritual through a fence? You can literally see the chain link. And then he's like, I don't know if it's like 100% proven, but it was like, I think he was reporting that, like, those were the Clintons, and then they're, like, wearing togas and shit. And then there's, like, celebrities and athletes and stuff, and they're holding torches, and there's, like, a giant owl statue named Moloch.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I think he was on it too
Richard
much.
Nixon is like on record as saying it's just like a big gay sex orgy.
Yeah, yeah.
He said that about everything, though. I feel
He
like.
did. There.
Not to discredit that.
Not
but
to yeah. To be, it was Nixon. Can we talk about Nixon for a second? There's something
Sure, but I
about.
want to go back to the Alex Jones, but yeah.
Yes, no, we will, and that's the thing with Alex Jones is, I think you're right. I think a guy like Nixon, who was by all intents and purposes a bad dude.
Yeah.
However, I think the thing about Nixon is he was too moral for his own good. I think he knew what he was doing was bad, and it actually like killed him. I think he was a Quaker. Like he was a Quaker growing up, and I think you know how Quakers worship.
No.
They sit in a room in silence for an hour.
Oh.
And then, like, just thinking about, like, everything they've done and, like, how to reorient themselves.
Oh.
I think you can speak, though.
You can speak if, like, God comes to you and, like, you feel, like, compelled to say something. But otherwise, it's, like, they kind of just have to sit down and, like, think about what they did.
A timeout.
Yeah, they're in timeout for an hour every Sunday.
Yeah.
Everyone, pass around the dunce cap. Everyone gets one.
And I can't help but think that, like, Nixon... The same way that, like, Catholic guilt exists, I have to imagine, like, Quaker guilt existed for Nixon. And,
Well, would
like,
he kill himself or something? Or?
No, I think Nixon, that would have been, like, honest to God, I hate to say I wish someone killed themselves, but if Nixon killed himself, that would have been, like, a great end to an American lore. Like, oh, he was so, like, evil.
burdened.
Yeah, he was so burdened with what he did, he killed himself. Like that would have been great lore.
Nixon's the war on drugs
Like
president.
Epstein.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Huh?
Like Epstein.
Yeah,
Yes,
like,
because
yeah.
that's
Yes. Yeah. Right.
Yes,
His
exactly.
conscience was so
he felt
clean.
bad
Yeah.
He's
about everything.
the things I've done.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Nixon like knew what was true and what wasn't true, and was like he went on record multiple times like speaking about things that like he's like seeing that he's like, listen, well, I mean, it's just a gay sex orgy. Like he's still like he's willing to say things that are truthful, but then he's like doing things he knows he has to do, and then like, you know, they got rid of him as soon as they had the chance to. They're like,
Yeah.
all right, you get out.
Huh.
Not to defend Nixon, because he's a bad man with bad intentions, but I do think that Quaker guilt must have eaten that man alive.
Huh.
But to the point of Alex Jones, yeah, that's really why I bring it up, is Nixon, anything Nixon says about, like, Bohemian Grove, I just assume to be true. Because,
Yeah.
like, what does he have to lie about?
Yeah.
Like, that's a guy that, like, it will speak on the truth that burdens him, I
Yeah.
guess, for lack of
Did
a
he
better
say anything
term.
beyond like, oh, they have
Uh,
orgies and?
n-
Did they say anything about? Did he say anything about like sacrifice or like?
no.
Who?
No.
Yeah.
The only thing I really remember from the Nixon tapes is at one point he says something, and then there was like muddled dialogue, and then Nixon responds with, "Well, they control the banks too."
Yeah.
So it's like whatever he could have possibly been
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah, yeah. I think I remember hearing like tapes of Nixon complaining about the Israeli lobby when he was like trying to warn the other guys before they go into a meeting, like these guys are going to be really fucking annoying and they want I know what they want and whatever. I have to find it. It's like something that's like super like archived. Like I'd have to probably look up like old Nixon tapes. I think he was president at the same time Golda Meir was like prime minister
That
of
might
Israel. I
be
think he was
true.
talking about her.
I'll find that out right now for you.
Nixon was 60s?
Late
69 to...
Makes sense because Golda Meir was the whatever the 60
Yep,
war. which is
69
like-
to 74. That would have been the entirety of Nixon. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah. He was talking about her and like I don't know. It's like it was very candid. He was like these fucking people. Like we don't like them, but we kind of just have to listen to them.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the gist of it. But what I wanted to say about Alex Jones, which I don't know if is like an accepted like consensus, is like he wasn't always crazy. He did
Right.
know everything that we know now, like what 20, 30 years before it was considered like you know, average conspiracy talking point. And I can't help but think that they must have found out and then like targeted him and then like fed him, I don't know, something to make him like what he is now.
Oh,
Because it
100%.
kind of happens to like a lot of people.
You know, I mean, think about, like, he got sued for, like, what, the $1 billion for Sandy Hook for, like,
Yeah,
using the...
That's probably part of it, yeah.
Well, like, I can't help
know.
but think, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not defending Alex Jones in any sense, but, like, he was 100%, like, targeted for, like, hey, you're saying too much, and some of this shit's dangerous. Like,
Yeah,
if he's wrong about anything he's saying, he's just causing danger.
yeah,
If he's right about everything he's saying, he's causing danger.
right,
So they're gonna target him.
exactly, yeah.
And I feel like ever since they targeted him and ever since that $1 billion lawsuit, I think he's kind of been on a let me steer into a path that's a little more friendly to one side, being
Yeah.
the conservative
I
side.
see. Yeah, but I really encourage you to watch like the stuff when he was like in his 20s. He
Oh,
was like
yeah.
on fire. He was like a
Like, he
journalist
was-
that you feel like they would make a movie about. He was like an American hero. He did things that would put him at risk just to find out what
Wasn't
the elite
there
were doing.
was it Alex Jones or was it someone else who, like, in August of 2001 was like, hey, whatever they're about to blame on Bin Laden next month, it is not that.
It was him.
He does
He
talk
said
about
it. He
it,
said
yeah.
it. Yes, he did, and I watched that, and I
Austin Public Broadcast
Yeah,
Radio.
he was on public TV.
Yeah.
Public activist.
yeah. But also, there's a video of Netanyahu saying this like a year before the World Trade Center attack, where he was like, "Oh, if we don't do anything about radical Islam, they're gonna bring down the World Trade Center." Literally said that,
Mm-hmm.
and I think he also wrote it in his book, and then it happened.
We don't really talk about how it almost happened once before, like a year prior to
That's what all
9/11.
the defenders of it were saying. like,
1993 when the bombs at the bottom of the
Yeah,
Mhm.
people don't. I feel like that gets really thrown under the.
You know who talks about that is Biggie
Yeah,
Smalls.
can you
Time to get
provide the
paid won't
context?
look like the World Trade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wait, what's the context? In 1993?
In
10
'93,
years before?
there was
8 years before?
a car bomb in the basement of the World Trade Center that went off, and it didn't obviously bring down the towers, but it was a terrorist attack on the towers, and I don't believe it was attributed to Islamic terrorism, but that might have been the setup to the pre 9/11 to the 9/11.
Yeah.
Which
Okay. Yeah, I actually didn't know about that, but I did like look at the comments of like that video of Netanyahu saying they're going to bring down the World Trade Center, and all the Israelis were like, no, he's just saying that because there was an attack there before. But he said bring down.
Yeah, that's the bring down.
He said bring down the World Trade Center.
Yeah, a little Freudian slip.
And why would you say that after it already? You would think like if it already happened, you'd be like, well, they're probably going to attack something else. I don't know.
It's also crazy. I saw a comp video, so take it with a grain of salt, but it's Netanyahu for like the last 2 decades talking about how Iran is 2 weeks away from building a bomb.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we're further than
Yeah,
that.
Even
it's like every
95, I
decade.
think I
Yeah,
saw
it's like
it.
they're very
90
close, guys. They're very close.
Fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
What's even crazier is that like during the Obama years, like we were like, okay, you guys can have a nuclear program, but like make sure things are under like 3%.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, whatever. And then Donald Trump comes into office and just easily swayed by the fucking Israeli lobby, tells him to go fuck off, and so Iran's going to retaliate and just build whatever they want. Not saying that they are going to build a bomb, but like instead of cooperating and like working together, we've just completely demolished any sense of like, I don't know, nuclear cooperation.
Well, you do know that Iran is part of the IAEA and the nuclear proliferation, so they're already like doing everything.
Yeah, they're like
nuclear.
up to code.
Yeah, they are. They get inspections.
Yes.
They're like, we're not afraid of any. They're like, we're not afraid of anything.
Israel's not, right?
Who's not?
No.
Yeah, which is fucking
Who's
great.
not? Yeah.
Israel, who has bombs.
Israel, who has anywhere between 50 and 500 bombs.
I think they also
That
have
they stole.
submarines.
Yeah.
Right? Like so that's land, sea, maybe air. But like two out of 3 is spooky. Also in the newest what is it called? The Tom Cruise movie. Action?
Die Hard.
No! Fuck, you don't watch movies.
I don't
Mission
either.
Impossible.
Mission Impossible, yeah. The newest one, they teased this like idea like some rogue AI is gonna like take over the world, and they're afraid that this AI system is going to like tap into everyone's nuclear bombs, and so they flash to everyone. It's like U.S., Russia, Pakistan, Israel having bombs. I was like, oh, cool.
So they did just like say.
Yeah, it's. I think Mitch said it once. It's the most open secret in the world.
There's interviews where it's like Mehdi Hassan or someone saying like, why won't you, like you work for the Israeli government, you know how many nukes you guys have, why don't you tell everyone right now how many you have? And the dude will just smirk.
Yeah.
He'll just smirk and be like, I'm not gonna talk about that.
How real is
Like-
the whole like Samson option thing?
What?
How real?
That's how they're gonna go out.
I mean,
Yeah.
Samson option?
the Samson option is, I think it's like their internal like legal documents. I don't
Fail
think it's.
safe.
Yeah, it's not like it has religious like context. Like it comes from that old story of
Samson.
yeah, like he was about to be defeated in a fight or something, so instead he just brought the whole fucking like city down. Israel has, you know how they have like the Dahia doctrine, and then they have like the, what is it called when they killed their own citizens? Whatever, you know, they
Murder.
killed like their own citizens. They always have a code name, like the military name. They also have a code name for the Samson option, which says that if
yes.
Israel is facing existential threat, they will. I don't know. You have to imagine what they mean by Samson option and why they have 500
Wow.
potentially nukes, and they'll probably just target every major city in the world because they're like, if we're gonna go down, we're gonna bring everything down with us. And so when people ask like, how real do you think that is? It's like, well, we know what they're like.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
They're not
violent.
going to nuke themselves. They're just going to nuke everyone around them.
Yeah, like, why wouldn't they? Is there anything that we've learned about their character or about their past behavior that would indicate maybe they wouldn't? Not looking like it.
You know,
That might be why our presidents are all very scared of them too. I don't know.
we find ourselves in a position with Israel, and again, this Zionism, which for all intents and purposes has shown itself to be a genocidal maniac ideology.
Yeah.
We we don't take kindly to Zionism on this program. But when it started, Zionism was a nationalism of the oppressed. That they're like, man, we are getting fucking pogromed like no one's business in Europe, and we got to do something about it. Instead of just saying, let's move to Morocco where we're accepted, or let's move to Jordan where we're accepted. Yeah. They said we should take a little piece of land out of the Middle East. Yeah. We should take Palestine and we should make it our country. Yeah. And that came out during a time when nationalism was a big thing, when they're like, oh, people should have their own state. The Germans should have Germany, and Italians should live in Italy, and shit like that. And, like, no one has ever just said, like, hey, man, nationalism is what brought us Nazi Germany. So, like, why didn't we all just say, like, this is literally the end result of nationalism is, like, this. And yet they're like, no, actually, let's just let the Jews have a gun and put them in that same...
Well, the real answer is because a lot of people naively think that World War II ended and then, Nazism was defeated, and no, like, World War II ended and then power shifted from, like, these hands to those other hands, and Zionism is more like a continuation of Nazism. It became more like a collaboration with Nazism than it is like they're not opposite sides of the coin. In fact, they said, let's just be part of this now, and that's why they're part of the colonial powers.
It should be stated that in the 60s and 70s, there were more Nazis in power in Germany then than during the 40s, when it was a single-party state. And that's because NATO was putting a bunch of former Nazis in power in Germany, in West Germany, to make sure that everything was capitalist and peachy keen. Yeah. So, like, everyone could say, like, oh, Hitler was anti-Semitic towards the Jews, and this is, and obviously all the Nazis were, hated Jews. If it was that simple, there's no way these former Nazis would have been like, yep, we're going to work with Israel, our closest ally. In fact, Germany today would not be the biggest supporter of Israel in the West if it wasn't the case. And now, the United States, obviously, I would say is the biggest supporter of Israel because we have the military power. But Germany has the Holocaust guilt. So I think that
I don't think it's guilt, but yeah.
I think that the average German citizen feels like Germany was responsible for the Holocaust, and by a transitive property, they themselves, which is bullshit. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just saying that...
Yeah, but the people that are actually enforcing it are not the people of Germany, and it's the government of Germany who has a whole different sentiment. Mm-hmm. They're just part of it. It's like they're like, no, we collaborate with Israel. We benefit from... We get to sell them weapons and stuff, and then we get to, we're friends now. And
also, worth noting, it's truly, and no one's ever going to just admit this, it's the last European settler colonial state in existence today, because any Jew who is typically, when we say that, we mean a white European Jew, is allowed to move to Israel with a quote-unquote right to return. Yeah. Like, you're allowed to come here whenever you want. Let me tell you something. If the Pope fucking tomorrow said, hey, we're taking back the papal states and any Catholic can move here, I would say that's insane. Yeah. What do you mean? I'm not going to just up and leave and displace some fucking Italian family that's been living there because the Pope said I can. Yeah. Sorry, you guys are Protestants, so I get to live here now. Yeah. I don't care how I feel about the Protestants. I'm not kicking them out of their home because my religious leader said I could.
Native Americans would be like, all right, guys, we're moving back into our houses. You better go the fuck back to wherever you came from.
My sister just told me the other day how she was really into looking up the Native Americans, because she's like, if I care so deeply about Palestine, I have to know what we did to the Native Americans. And I reiterated your military weapons of the Native American name. Yeah. And she stood there, like, mouth agape.
Yeah, like, that's how I was, too. My favorite reporter of all time, Richard Medhurst, tweeted, like, a couple months ago, like, you know what's really grim and fucked up? The fact that the American military names all of their weapons and helicopters after the Native Americans they genocided. The Apache, the Tomahawk, the
Black Hawk.
The Black Hawk, yeah.
Even like Jeep.
Like Jeep? The Cherokee, yeah. Well, Cherokee. Yeah, they probably make the fucking, like, I feel like Jeep also is like military vehicles, yeah.
It's got its start in World War II.
Yeah, Jeeps, that's why it kind of looks like a fucking tank, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of it. They name it after, it's almost like a victory dance, I don't know.
For sure.
And then I had some weirdo, I don't remember who, probably one of my friends for sure, was like, no, it's like a honorary thing. Like, we defeated you, our worthy opponent. Now I was like, some liberal. Liberal fucking.
Yeah, let me stop you there. Because, like, you're right, 100%. It's so weird, and I think it's uniquely American that we have this idea of like noble savage,
Yeah.
right? Where like there's tribes and they're civilized but not civilized enough, so it's our duty to like wipe them out. And like that's still the like narrative for the States. When I was driving from DC back to Chicago, one road I passed, I think I told you and Mitch about it, Dead Indian Road.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
In Pennsylvania,
Mhm.
right? Like,
Mhm.
it's fucked up. And when I was telling Mitch that, we were talking more and more, I would not be surprised if that's the same playbook that the Israelis are going to use.
But
not,
there, yeah.
not that it's going to be like Dead Palestinian Road or like Infidel Road or something.
They'll
might.
probably put like dead terror. They love, dude. Terrorist is their like word for any like Muslim or Arab. So it's like, yeah, they basically do that. Except instead of streets being named that, it's like every fucking movie and every video game and everything in Hollywood. It's like, you know, everything's. It's like a whole theme. It's like hundreds and hundreds of movies and games that it's just like, you know,
Right, yeah,
the
shoot
dead
brown
Arab
guy.
is just a prop. The dead
Yeah.
Arab is how you know you're playing a first-person shooter. You know.
Yeah.
And it honestly does bother me because I play Counter-Strike. It's like my main game,
Yeah.
and you're either on terrorist side or counter-terrorist, and the terrorists are just planting a bomb. There's literally no storyline to the game. You just spawn in, terrorists have to run to a site, plant a bomb, and they yell things like, they kind of have like Arabic accents, like, you know, this is our land, you know, and then the counter-terrorists look like cops, and they have more like Israeli weapons. It's more like an M4A1. The terrorists have AKs. They also wear the Palestinian keffiyeh. But what's weird is the counter-terrorist side will also be wearing like sometimes like a keffiyeh around their necks.
U.S. soldiers do that too.
But I think it's just like,
That's appropriation. Yeah, it's the same way
yeah, I
that,
think
like,
it's just like to
calling
be
things
like, hey,
tomahawk.
look, just when you see this, that means
We're in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have the same.
Yeah, Arabic all over the walls. Like, this is all from fucking, you know, early Israeli propaganda efforts to just equate terrorists with Muslim or Arab, and so.
For sure, and so to kind of tie it all back together, I wouldn't be surprised if that's exactly what Israel does. It's like in 100 years from now, however this plays out, right? They look back on the Palestinians and then do the same thing, like, oh, they were a worthy opponent, like.
They're gonna name like their weaponry after like Palestinian towns, villages,
Right.
last names.
Right. The same way. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, probably. I feel like that's the victory dance. That's when like, you know, now we
Yeah.
get to name our murder machines after the people we murdered, and no one will even think about it or ask why.
And there's one more thing. There was a story about some like island off of Spain that Rome conquered, but they killed everyone on the island. But they still like recorded, the Romans did. They recorded all of the like music, songs, dance, and festivals that they did.
Yeah.
But it's only through the Roman lens.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? It was their perspective of what they did.
Oh, I see.
We have no clue what they've done.
Wow.
And we never will, because it's through like this colonized imperial
Yeah, how they
focus.
absorbed the culture and then
Right.
and then reflected it.
2,000 years later.
I found out later on that that's not the case. That these are not where we put them. It's land we did not obtain yet by a treaty. So like
Yeah.
when we have like maps that show like the U.S.'s perfect lines, not showing the reservations, we're not telling the full picture because like the Navajo Nation along the Four Corners, that giant plow land.
Oh yeah.
We actually don't own it. That's literal
You're
Navajo
right.
Nation land.
It's just like when Israelis use the full Palestine map with the Golan Heights, and it's like,
Yes.
what are you saying? It's
Yeah.
not. That's not your.
Yes. It's the U.S.
So,
system.
so I think about
Wow.
the map, the modern map of like the West Bank, where they'll show like it's actually dotted because
Yeah.
of like
Yeah.
it's essentially no different than how the United States has treated the natives, where it's like that's the land that Israelis haven't settled on yet. Like
Yeah.
otherwise, it's just like
a fucking quarter of South Dakota is not U.S. land.
yeah,
Wow.
It's Crow or something like that. Cree or something.
Oklahoma.
Even-
Half of Oklahoma, after High Chief Neil Gorsuch decided that it has to be Native American land still, because we never actually like signed a treaty that abolished Native or Indian territory
Yeah.
in Oklahoma. So because of Gorsuch's vote, half of Oklahoma once again is considered like the
Osage?
like not just the Osage, all 5 civilized tribes
Wow.
got their land back in Oklahoma, and that includes like Tulsa, Oklahoma, became a
Wow.
part of a Native American reservation. And I don't remember which one it was exactly. It may have been the Osage, but it was.
The Osage, I think, is the biggest one. And that's the one that I was telling you guys about that one time when I learned just recently that the fucking lady who makes what are those crock pots, Pioneer Woman?
Mm-hmm.
That's like land that they stole that I think they also don't rightfully own.
Mm-hmm.
Muskogee. Part of Tulsa is in the Osage Reservation, but it is mostly the Creek natives.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't want to say something that's not true, so I don't know if the land I'm talking about that the Pioneer Woman gets all these government subsidies for and is able to have this, like, crockpot empire. I don't know if it's actually one of these where it's, like, not technically her land, but they just kind of act like it's theirs and no one challenges it.
Mm-hmm.
But it is in Oklahoma. And yeah, it's like lots and lots and lots of land.
How about this one? So you know the tribe that was in Chicago, among them was the Potawatomi.
Yeah.
That's actually not what their name was. That was the European settlers like making fun of the way it sounded to them, and they ended up just adopting that as like their name when they're being referred to by them like officially, because like whatever they're calling us that anyways.
Yeah.
The actual name is the like Potawatomi, like
wow.
Potawatomi, and like the in New Buffalo where they have the casino. That's Native American reservation. That is the Potawatomi tribe's land. That's why there's a casino right there.
Yeah. That's where I lived.
And it
I
says
would deliver pizzas to the reservation all the time, and the people that I would deliver to looked very white.
Mm-hmm.
Very white.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
And the people that lived in the town that had like nothing, they looked very, very native.
Yeah.
And they would tell me, I'd be like, excuse me, I'm sorry, this is offensive, but like, I know there's a native tribe here, and every time I deliver, everyone looks white. And when I deliver to like random houses in the town, I see people that look native. And the lady was like, yeah, it's just another one of those fucking like schemes where if you're like 1/16 Cherokee, and every white person is 1/16 fucking Cherokee.
Yeah.
They could get a free government house, but then for some reason the actual Native Americans, maybe it's like they're bureaucratically pushed out. Maybe it's like they make it so hard, paperwork and red tape that they end up not doing it.
Huh.
So they live in poverty. Yeah, she's like, the real natives, they live without water in this country. She's like, that's how it is. And I was like,
fucked up.
Yeah. Or maybe they don't want to be on those fucking reservations sometimes, because it's like it looks like a white subdivision, every house exactly the same.
I've actually never been to one, and you know what? I was surprised. I looked up recently. Illinois' #1 podcast, doesn't have any reservations.
That is soon to be not true. High Chief J.B. Pritzker allowed again, this was, I believe, a Potawatomi tribe, or again, they're not Potawatomi, they're Potawatomi, tribe of, like, their chief left for, like, Kansas or something, on, like, some type of, like, excursion, like, to get information or pass on information, and when he came back, his land was, like, colonized. Like, hey, sorry, fuck you.
Dude, it's literally just like the West Bank and the fucking settlers. It's just like, hey, we know this is your land, and there's no like official pretext for what we're about to do.
The government's on our side.
Yeah, do something. There's a soldier here. Do something, and it's like usually the West Bank violence. It's usually little boys. It's really scary. It's like watching Children of the Corn, and the kids will be named shit like Mordecai. Which is like literally the kids' name, Children of the Corn.
Yeah.
And they'll walk up to some Palestinian house, they'll kill all the sheep, they'll burn the cars, they'll burn everything, and they'll stand there and start shouting and spitting. And the Palestinian family comes out like mortified, and they can't do anything because the settlers they have IDF with them with guns.
Yeah.
And the IDF isn't doing it. It's like we're not doing this.
I'm not touching you.
Yeah, I'm not touching you. But I wanted to say something that I just learned, and you tell me if you've heard this before. You know how like people still refer to natives as Indians, and it's like something that we just kind of still do, but we're like, we know that's not right. Let me finish.
Yeah.
I was told actually by my employer that Native Americans don't want to just be called Native Americans because all the treaties that they have with the government refer to them as Indians. And they're so afraid of like the government undercutting them that they're like, nope, our name isn't Indians. We are Indians because like all of the fucking documents going back, it just says, okay, this portion of land for the Indians. And they don't want to say we're not Indian because then the government will be like, then it's not your land. So they just go with it. It's like the misnomer that you mentioned They came back and they're like, whatever you want to call us, we don't care. Just give us what's ours.
Right.
It's
So-
funny you mention that. In D.C., it's the American Museum of the American Indian.
Yeah.
Officially, it's not
Yeah,
Native
it is.
American.
It is kind of like their
the
official.
American
Yeah.
Indian. The other
Yeah.
thing about that's fucked up, you go through that museum, it is not a happy museum,
Yeah.
right? And for like the first half, maybe the first half of the whole museum is the U.S. signed a treaty with this tribe. We broke it immediately. When then
Yeah.
we signed another treaty with this tribe, and then we broke that immediately. Like before the ink even dried on some of these treaties, the
Yeah.
U.S. told people to like pack
Yeah,
their
it's
shit.
called
and
settler
get out.
violence, and it's like,
It's crazy. I
Yeah.
think a big reason why like Americans by and large don't want to engage with the crisis in Gaza, the genocide going
because
on.
it's a mirror.
Yes, and
Yeah.
they don't even want. Then that asks them. They'll have to ask themselves like,
Yeah.
oh well, like.
And Israel abuses that. They say, we're just doing what you did. And we're like, well, yeah, but
Which is also what Nazi
you're
Germany
doing it
said.
now.
Yeah, they said, well, we
We're
need to
doing
take.
what you're-
Yeah, we need to take it. We need to take lessons from what the Americans did.
Yeah. Which is why one of the most confusing things to me about World War II that I've needed all my, like, history nerd friends to explain to me, I swear I mean it when I say I could never figure this out, I couldn't get over it, it didn't click.
Yeah.
I was like, why did America fight Germany? I don't understand.
Uh,
We are exactly like them.
Do you want-
We inspired them. But the real reason, I think, is because Germany was being imperial against its white neighbors.
that is a big reason. You also got to remember. So, like, I think it's actually more helpful to think of the world wars as one continuous event.
That is what I soon, learned.
Mostly because people will simplify it and say like, "Oh, well, World War II happened because of World War One." Well, then, in my view, then
Yeah,
that's just
and
one
they're very
giant
close
event,
together, yeah.
right? During World War One, we really amped up the anti-German sentiment, and that ties into, and I'm sure you've heard the theories that to get, to get the Jewish
Americans,
support,
yeah.
the Balfour Declaration said we will support the Zionist movement.
Yeah.
And the quote unquote backroom deal then was we'll support it, and in turn, if you support us financially, since you guys own the banks, we will get the United States to join the war.
Yeah.
And during that time, the media, which was all Jewish owned, ramped up the anti-German
Yeah.
sentiment,
And all of it involved babies.
there was a lot of beheading babies,
Beheading
and
babies,
burning
cutting off babies'
eating
hands.
babies.
Germans.
The
The
baby
reason
talk
why this is so important and such a big deal to me and Mitch is because every time there's propaganda ramping people up for war that targets Americans, it always has to do with fucking babies.
They know
It's
that
never
babies
true.
are the most innocent people, so let's obviously make the atrocities against babies the top.
So what we're talking about is getting the Americans to have anti-German sentiment to get them prepared to get involved in World War One. What they said on the media and all the radio waves was German soldiers are cutting off babies' hands. There are reports that this is happening. It didn't fucking happen.
No.
But it worked because we're so fucking far away from everything. We're just oh, the TV says it, so it's true.
And let's be clear too. This is anyone who says oh well this is something in the past, that's something they don't do anymore. Well, the new reports obviously must be true. During the Kuwait War, when Saddam invaded
that's
Kuwait,
the next one I was gonna say. Yes,
they
my mom
had
showed me this.
they had a girl
Girl.
go on stage and she was going. They were taking babies out of the incubators
Yep.
and crying. Well, that girl was a daughter of a Kuwaiti diplomat
Yeah.
in the United States.
Yeah.
It was not just some random girl they pulled off the
Wasn't
street
a
telling a
nurse or
story.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no. This is just a girl they needed
It
to
was a
give a
show.
story so they can.
She said Saddam's armies, I watched them go through the hospitals, take the babies out of the incubators, put them on the floor and leave them to die, and you could feel everyone in the room oh my god. Turned out she was fucking lying. She was a plant.
You're right.
Third one, October 7th. 40 beheaded babies. They're cutting off babies' heads. They're putting babies in ovens. It's always fucking shit with babies that just has no evidence. Just some people who have a reason to lie, having direct access to a megaphone, and shouting it at a bunch of just unquestioning Americans.
Yeah.
And then bam, they're like, okay, now the Americans will come fight with us because we did it. We said.
So after Germany was being made a villain during World War One, Finally, now mind you, Germany said to everyone in the world, we are now going to be partaking in unrestricted submarine warfare. If you are trying to ship something towards Britain, it is considered war and we will sink your ship.
Oh, okay.
Knowing this, the United States sent American civilians and weapons over to Britain on the Lusitania, and Germany attacked it, and America went, what the fuck, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
How dare you attack American vessels?
Yeah.
After they were warned, if you do
Yeah.
that, we will attack.
Yeah.
Well, afterwards, Germany, which to be fair, all-time fuck up on Germany's part, they sent a letter to Mexico.
Yeah.
Because of this, they're like, man, we think America's probably about to invade us, or about to join in, so let's try to get ahead of this. They sent a telegram to Mexico saying, hey, if you invade America, we will recognize your possession of Texas, Arizona, and New Mexico. Not California, though.
Yeah. That's funny.
Well, in order to get the telegram to Mexico, the cable traveled through London first.
Oh.
And London
That's
got
awesome.
that, and they're like,
Stupid.
hey, America, you should see this.
Yeah.
And America goes, what the fuck? And Germany goes, yeah, we did that.
Yeah.
And then the U.S. said, you know what? Fuck it. We're declaring war on you. And
Okay.
that was their line of the sand.
Oh, okay.
That they're planning on getting us invaded. By the way, Mexico was in the middle of a civil war or their revolution, one of the two. They weren't going to invade the United States. It literally,
Yeah.
it was a Hail Mary that fucking failed miserably.
Wow.
That does rule that, like, what's the closest one? Mexico! Like, trying to, like, beep them as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Eric Larson, the guy who did Devil in the White City, the book about the building of the Chicago's World Fair, it's a great book. He also does something about the Lusitania called Dead Wake. It's fantastic. He's really good at writing because the, like, 3/4 of the book is all non-fiction, historical events, but it reads like a novel.
Yeah.
And it's 2 parts. It's about everyone that was on the Lusitania that could be written about, newspapers, journals, stuff like that. And the second half is about the captain of the U-boat that sinks it, and like all the history leading up to it. And so when they converge, it's really, it's a good story. The last 1/4 of the book is just citations, newspaper articles, journals, everything going into like actually beef up the book itself.
Wow.
It's awesome. It's a great read.
Oh, yeah.
But like those submarines, I get a little autistic about them just because they're so fucking wild. Someone in like the 1900s was like, hey, I want to live in a tube and it shoots missiles once in a while. Also, I can't see. Like it kind of worked though. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And we still use them.
Like, we had nuclear subs in the 1950s. Like we are way more advanced technologically than we can ever imagine.
Yeah.
One more thing about World War I and submarines. When the IRA was first doing the Easter Revolt against Britain, they
Funded by Germany, by the way.
Oh.
They did. They reached out to Germany and they're like, hey, you guys don't like England, right? And they're like, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we don't like England. Like,
We're trying to get rid of them, actually. We want to be a free island.
Yeah.
do you guys want to give us some guns? And they're like, yeah. And so, but the Irish, because they're fucking stupid, they're talking
Big potato head.
for sure. They're talking in Gaelic the whole time. And so when the submarine comes up, woo, and they're like off shooting the guns into this like fisherman's boat, they're talking Gaelic to each other. Hi. And the Germans are like, you are Mexican, right? And they're like, see, Mexicans. That's what we are. La la la. For some reason, they thought they were Mexicans.
Oh.
They thought Gaelic was Spanish.
Oh, that's funny.
They couldn't tell the difference.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's all Chinese to me.
Yeah.
They don't care. Yeah, but so World War II then, the reason we declared war on Germany, obviously you gotta remember, so there was all this anti-German sentiment going into it. Also, important, really important to note, because it never gets talked about, American citizens hated Russia just as much as they hated Germany at this time. And if Russia was still in the war, they would not have joined. Because they could never justify to American citizens fighting
That's the other thing
alongside
that confused
Russia.
me. I was like, why did we fight alongside Russia against Germany when we're just like Germany?
Well,
and everything we do is anti-Russian. I'm like,
so-
it doesn't make sense. I'm like, there's got to be something
this kind of ties into where the Jewish Bolsheviks comes in, where people accuse them of being Jewish agents.
Yeah.
We got in after Russia dropped out,
Yeah. Oh.
and we wouldn't have got in if Russia
We were
was
on the
still in
bench.
it. We
we
were.
B team.
As soon as
But didn't Russia do most of the legwork in
That's
the
World War
East.
II.
Oh.
Well, yeah, and plus in World War II, when it actually came push and shove, it was Soviet dubs all around. But the Russians, when they dropped out of World War I, it was because of the communist takeover, which is why a lot of people say, like, well, the Jews took over the Russians to get the Americans in.
Lenin
Like,
got
that's-
exiled to Germany when he got, like, the Russians were like, fuck this guy, he's gonna ruin everything for the Tsar. So they put him on a train to Germany. The Germans found him, they're like, oh, you're the communist, right? Yep. Okay.
Sent him on a train to Finland. So it's like, hey, go do the revolution. Go. We will help you. So Lenin got accused of being like a German agent when he came back. They're like, oh no, you're not. This isn't real. You're literally just trying to help Germany win this war.
Huh. Okay.
Which,
You know what that reminds me of? My buddy Jake, he did construction out in Omaha once. Shout out. And there was a homeless guy that used to go to the site, and he used to he was, maybe not disheveled, but and he would wander into the site, and everyone in the construction site would be like, no, go across the street, and then he would wander across the street into the local bar, and everyone in the bar would come on and be like, no, go to the construction site. That was Lenin. Everyone's just going,
that's funny.
no, you're bad news.
Oh my god. Go to the construction site.
no.
Yeah, and just he would babble at people, and they're like, okay, you gotta.
Charlie Brown's parents.
French horn.
Yeah.
Everything is literally a cartoon.
It is.
When you know too much, you're like, it's just a cartoon.
It is. The world's absurd. I actually. What?
Camus.
Yeah, Camus. Albert Camus. Yeah, he's fucking. He's onto something.
What's the name of you? Sister, I got mine. Unless you want a Coke.
No.
Okay.
I'm not Mitch. I can't drink Cokes back to back. It's crazy.
What are you insane?
That's insane. You're insane. I'm normal.
This is my.
Says
this
every normal person.
Yeah,
I'm
this was
normal.
like
I don't
my.
have any problems, and I definitely don't have a crying problem. Yeah.
Well, that's the show. Thank you, everyone.
Oh. What's my problem? What did I do? Listen.
Drink your Diet Coke.
Okay, hey. When I woke up and I left my house this morning, I said, you know what? I'm thirsty. A boy sure is thirsty. And I went and got a Diet Dr. Pepper. And then when I finished it, I was driving to my parents' house and I said, all right, time to go to Reneen's. And Sean said, yeah, I'll be there in 10 minutes. I said, that gives me enough time to get a Diet Dr. Pepper from White Castle.
You know what? You're a creature of habit. I can't blame you. Speaking of creatures, Kankakee, man. What a place.
You guys gotta tell me how that went.
Okay. For the folks at home that don't know, Mitch is in the wrestling business and will often referee and sometimes be in shows all around Illinois. And we went to the great city of Kankakee, about an hour south of Chicagoland. But sadly, it's filled with creatures from the hills have eyes, which we ran into. A lot of Creed shirts, a lot of Harley Davidson shirts. There's
Barbed wire tattoos.
a lot of barbed wire tattoos. There was a lot of tattoos that looked like would be on a MySpace page. I saw an alien given a peace sign. It looks
Right.
like something you would win out of you put a quarter into a machine and get a free sticker. A lot of shit like that. It was crazy. Who's that girl with the crimson chin?
I don't know who she was,
I-
but
Was she in the show? Or was she in the crowd?
she was in the show, all right. She was where I was looking the whole time.
Mitch, I love you. We were watching the crowd most of the time.
You know what? I don't blame you. I love being in the wrestling business, but you have to call a spade when you see it and say, man, the fans of the wrestling business tend to be some of the most spirited folks you've ever met in your life.
Very diplomatic.
They are truly something else.
Every time they walked past me to like, just I don't know, get through the row, I would get jump scared.
Yes.
I would have a jump scare, and then I'd start laughing uncontrollably, and Sean would be like, "Well, what?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know what I'm laughing at. I just got really scared."
You should know that I've worked in the Chicago area. I've worked Detroit. I've worked Milwaukee. I've worked Columbus, Ohio. And yet, the scariest place I've ever been was Oblong, Illinois. Which is...
Where is Oblong?
Oblong, Illinois is about 3 hours south of here. It is a sundown town where the closest big city is Robinson, Illinois, which is not a big city.
Okay.
For reference. Oblong, I worked a company... I don't give a fuck. I worked a company that had redneck in its name.
Oh wow.
Which I'm sure that's going to narrow it down for whoever ends up watching this. But...
Our dozens of fans.
Yeah, to the dozens of people, to the one person who might be from Oblong.
Actually, if you made it this far, comment oblong.
Yeah, just comment Oblong.
Yeah, no reference to anything.
We know you've been watching if you comment Oblong.
Power user Soviet _Union _USSR. I know you're watching.
Now, I want you guys to know, unironically, I do think, like, Oblong was, like, has some type of, like, name reference to, like, the TV show The Oblongs. Like, that was, like, named after... Yeah, named after the people of Oblong, Illinois.
It's a show that I often forget if I was having a fever dream or not. It was on Adult Swim for, like, a year.
There's an episode of The Oblongs where... she's, like, just walking through, like, lasers, and she's, like, not having to duck or nothing. And then it gets to a point where, like, there's a laser, and she has a bump on her head, so she can't get through. And then there's a perfect spot where the laser just goes... so she just can walk right through it. When I think of the Oblongs, that's the scene I always think about.
What a good show.
But when I think of Oblong, Illinois, I always think about my black travel partner getting out the car and immediately going... Hey man, don't lie to me. Am I the only brother in town? And the owner of this promotion saying verbatim, "No, I saw one of you at the gas station."
Oh my god.
I was scared for his and my safety, especially knowing that night I was going to get to be a manager and not just a referee.
Yeah.
Which means I get to talk shit to the crowd. Now, that's fun and all, to talk shit to the crowd, up until you realize, like, man, some of you think wrestling is real.
Yeah.
And some of you are ready to kill me.
Because they have guns and they're really...
Yeah.
They're invested.
So, like, at one point I was, hyping up. I said, "You've never seen a man like the Wild Man Beast," trying to hype up the guy that's coming to the ring.
Yeah.
And I said something like, "I know he'll kill your hair. I'll put $5 on it." And they go, $5? And I said, "Well, I'd wager more than $5, but I take it you Yankee hicks don't have more than $5 to give." And, they went, "Ah!" Like, they thought that was funny enough.
Okay.
But
that would be nervous. Okay.
But then, as they were saying something, and I literally couldn't make out what they were saying. So I went, no, I can't understand a goddamn word you hicks are saying." And I turned around after that, and they were so mad. Like, I'm going to walk over there.
Oh my god, Mitch.
It was truly, I'm like, I don't want to have my back turned to you people.
Oh my god.
Well, it's kind of similar. Renina and I were standing outside during halftime, intermission, whatever you want to call it. And we're talking or something about, like, oh yeah, there's so many counties around Chicagoland or whatever. And I'll let you take care of it because I think you tell it best. But
Yeah. We're just having a cigarette to kind of cool off from all the feelings.
Yeah.
That we were feeling. And so we go to like the back where we thought nobody would be, but I guess that was just like another entrance. So there was people. And it's one of the dudes that was sitting like right in front of us that we were staring at, like the back of his neck, because it was so fucking big and his hair was so wiry, and he had like a cane or a walker, but he really didn't look that old, or really that fat.
He looked like the oldest 12-year-old I've ever seen.
Yeah, he had like a 12-year-old voice. He kind of sounded like Neil Young or something.
I was gonna say like Neil Young.
Yeah, so we're having our cigarette, and I'm telling Sean about a job I had like years ago, and I was like, dude, I had to drive to 8 counties at any given time. A call could come, and I'd go to Cook County, DuPage, Will, and I'm blanking on the other fucking counties. And then, dude, fat neck dude emerges from the darkness and goes, Kankakee. And we're like, excuse me? And then he comes into the light with his walker, and he's like, he can't forget about Kankakee, Illinois. And we're like, oh yeah, right, of course, that's where we are.
Who
and
does?
he's like, yeah, I've lived there my whole life. And we're like, really? He goes, yeah, it sucks. And we were like, what sucks about it? He's like, well, you see, I went to this school, public school, and it was 90% black and 6% Mexican, and the rest were white.
Couldn't do the math.
And then I...
4%.
4%.
I looked at Sean, and I wanted to know if he caught it, and I'm glad he didn't catch it, because I would have lost my... I was like...
I had to look at... You know you do that thing where, like, if you look at someone, it's game over, and you start... So, like, I have to, like...
I was side-eyeing him,
Yes,
and really looking directly at him, because I couldn't look at the guy, because it was just too much. But then, yeah, after he said, like, the math breakdown of the minorities...
Crunching the numbers.
I said, yeah, that's what sucked about it, right? That's what you're saying? And he was like, yeah. And then I was like, right, it sucks to be a minority. And he was like, yeah. And he's like, yeah. And then he goes, I had to get taken out of that school because my dad is a sheriff. And so it was unclear to us whether he was saying, like, I was being targeted because I was known to be the sheriff's son, and everyone there was black, or if he was saying, like, I had privilege and I didn't want to be there and my dad used his pole to get me out. I don't know what the fuck he was saying. But then he told us a story about how, like, the blacks at the school were bullying and targeting special needs kids. And he's like, now, I don't get mad about much, but if you're going to be mean to someone with special needs, I'm going to unleash... I don't remember what he said, but it was like, he's going to unleash his power.
It was like a Facebook post, you know, like, if you mess with me, like, I'll kill you.
You don't want to see me when I'm angry.
The lion behind the cub line.
Yeah. And so then he legitimately said, so it was 3 black guys and 1 special needs kid. I took them all, the black guys, flipped them upside down and shoved them into a locker and closed the locker. And Sean says he remembers him saying he locked it. I was like fading in and out of consciousness.
With me when I lie.
I felt too bad and uncomfortable. I wanted to get out of there immediately, but Renee and I go back in and I'm like, hey, do you think he was the special needs kid in this story?
Yeah.
And this is just like his way to like Marvel comic book his way.
It was his imagination, yeah. The same imagination he uses to watch fake wrestling.
Yeah.
Which I gotta tell you.
Yeah.
Nick Leahy at the show, no, it was his brother. He goes, hey, I noticed everyone here brought their family member or friend with special needs. And I said, yeah. Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
An astute observation.
Yeah, what it noted. Yeah, it is. What can you say? I think Shane Gillis has a whole bit about it. I'm not a big Shane Gillis guy. I don't follow his routines.
Yeah.
But he said something to the effect of like, oh yeah, John Cena's like Superman to like kids with Down syndrome. Yeah.
Which was funny.
Which. Man, yeah,
Broken
it
clock.
really.
He said they think the coolest thing in the world is John Cena and tits.
Which,
and
hey,
they're right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. Hey,
Yeah, right.
you put it like that.
Yeah, right.
That was
Keep it simple.
Yeah. No, yeah. So wrestling used to be a real family-friendly affair. Like literally.
Really?
It used to be like you break like some
What, like
some
70s?
places. Yeah, in the 60s and 70s, there used to
Okay.
be a time when like you would just bring your family to like a weekly show and it was cheap and you would just get family-friendly entertainment and like you can get riled up and you can get
When did you get edgy?
the 90s.
I was gonna say like early 2000s, but
Vince McMahon, is that all?
Yeah, it pretty much. So in '96,
Leave it to the Irish.
it is. Yeah, Vincent Kennedy. Kennedy McMahon, Vincent. He in 1996, Hulk Hogan was working for a company that wasn't the WWE, and he
Fucking
became a bad guy for like the first time like in decade. And it really got people like, ooh, what's going on in wrestling? What's going on this channel?
Mm-hmm.
So people were tuning in droves to see like bad guy Hulk Hogan. And Vince was like, man, this sucks. I gotta do something quick. So he let like Stone Cold Steve Austin like give him the finger and like give him a stunner on live TV. As the president also took a stunner on live TV.
And
the Secretary of Education.
that's right.
They had,
No,
I'm
yeah,
sorry, they had to do something about what exactly?
Oh, this is
Yeah, so
Okay, so I'll just let you continue. Go, Gary.
yeah, so the rival company, WCW, had signed all the stars from the 80s to their wrestling company. So like Hulk Hogan and like Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like,
Okay.
all
They were part of WCW?
yeah, they were no longer in the WWE, they were in WCW.
Competitor, right.
Well, when Hulk Hogan became a bad guy, it got like a bunch of old fans like, wait, what's going on? Hulk Hogan?
Oh.
You know, Hulk Hogan was doing the same shtick for 10 years at this point.
Yeah.
So when he became a bad guy, people were like, wait, I've got to tune in to see what this is all about.
Okay.
And it was bringing in a lot of viewers, not just from like old time viewers that like stopped watching it, but a lot of WWE fans were now tuning into this rival company to see what was going on.
Oh, I see.
Hogan at one point was the biggest star in the WWE.
I see. Okay.
So Vince McMahon was like, well, fuck, how do I counteract this? Because not only was Hulk Hogan a bad guy, they were portraying like it was the first time that it was like the cool bad guy.
Yeah.
Where like the bad guys were wearing sunglasses and black T-shirts and like spray painting NWO on like everything and saying like, you know, like you'd almost tune in and you're like, man, the bad guys are kind of cool. I like, you know.
Yeah.
And Vince said, well, clearly this generation of kid wants to see, you know, the bad guy or the cool badass. So he, you know, gave Stone Cold Steve Austin the chance to be like the guy. And Stone Cold was, you know, just this beer swelling redneck who would give people the middle finger and like drink beer. And that kind of flipped a switch to like getting like edgier content.
I see. Oh, that's how it became edgy. Okay.
But like it would end up like spiraling into like sexy content too.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Like I really think that's where the WWE kind of really hit its low point, is like they were having like bra and panties matches instead of actual women's wrestling matches.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
like,
I see. Okay.
In the 80s, you had actual women's wrestling.
Yeah.
There was a women's championship that mattered. Like
yeah.
you would view that like these aren't like women's wrestlers and men's wrestlers. They were wrestlers, and these happen to be the women fighting for the women's championship.
Yeah, I see.
And come the 90s, they were eye candy, and they would wrestle bra and panties matches, and they weren't hiring women's wrestlers. They were hiring bikini models that would look good on TV, and they would train them to be wrestlers instead. And so Vince is a big part of that. And I think when you got like this era where it no longer became like wrestling was very like it was very Lindy. Like people liked family friendly slapstick. And what's more slapstick than seeing a guaranteed some guy fall on his ass or his back? And then when it became more about like edgy like car crash TV, it lost something, and it's never really regained that. And even nowadays, when you see like WWE will bring in WrestleMania and it'll be this big event, and like ESPN covers wrestling now for some reason, it's just
everything sucks now. Like,
it
everything just
lost
kind of,
something. Yeah, it used to be. Back in the day, I'll even say this because this is really important. Before Vince McMahon changed everything in the 90s, in the 80s, prior to the 80s, you had what we call territories. So every region of the United States had a territory, a wrestling territory they would tune into. If you lived in Chicago, you would turn on the channel and see the AWA, which was like Minnesota's wrestling. Or you would sometimes see like Indianapolis's wrestling. So like there are certain Chicagoans of a certain age where you can mention Dick the Bruiser, and all of them know who Dick the Bruiser is. It's actually, I've been blown away with how many old heads, I guess, for lack of a better term.
I like old heads.
Yeah, so they'd be, oh, you're in the wrestling business? Oh, I used to love Dick the Bruiser. It's blown me away that it's happened more than twice. Like it actually, every time it happens, I'm like, really? That's your guys' superstar from back in the day?
I kind of miss that aspect of television. I don't want to.
But that's it.
Cut you off, but are you guys familiar with Mystery Science Theater 3000? The show where guys watch bad movies and then just riff on them. That also started out in Minnesota. But that was just public broadcast TV, and people flipping through their channels would just stumble upon it. I guess YouTube is kind of the closest thing we have to that. If you want something niche, you can find it, but it's not regional, and I think that aspect is just as important in media consumption, because there's kind of a shared culture aspect to it. You know what I mean? You can just translate to something that's going in California, it might be niche, but you kind of miss the whole thing going in your backyard. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. And Vince McMahon made a mission of saying, I'm going to buy the top talent from all these companies, and then when these companies are out of business or on the verge of going out of business, I'm going to just flat out buy the company and their TV deals. So now they're not only their top stars working for me, but I now have the TV slot that they previously owned. So what used to be just a New York-based wrestling company, and it used to be the New York area,
it's not federal,
became the entire United States.
Yeah.
Vince went on a war and nationalized practically the entire.
Our George Washington.
He is practically. Vince McMahon is George Washington.
Does Vince McMahon fall into the he's so funny I can forgive him?
For a lot of people, yeah. I don't. So the
Who
most.
else falls into that, by the way? Just before
funny I could forgive him.
Yeah, Mussolini. Was
You know
the
what?
fattest Italian?
Which I gotta tell you, that Mussolini race quote
Saddam Hussein
lives in the back of my mind.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
The race quote?
Yeah.
All right, so Mussolini, for those of you that are unfamiliar with Mussolini,
Illinois' very own Mussolini.
yeah, Il Duce, the IL in Il Duce actually stood for Illinois Duce. But he knew
Episode name, Illinois Duce.
Illinois Duce. Parentheses Illinois
Duce. Yes. Excellent.
But he was working with Hitler, and before he was working with Hitler, he knew he wasn't white. So he would just try to underplay the race thing. He's like, hey man, is that really that important?
Okay.
The exact quote, because it's not something you want to misquote.
Yeah, you're walking a fine line.
It's something you need to actually quote verbatim if you're going to quote it.
Okay.
Didn't I send it in the group chat? I can't. In our group chat, is it not there?
You might have. I mean, we have a lot of garbage in that group chat.
The Mussolini quote's not here? Oh no. Well, needless to say, folks.
Friends.
You're gonna have to just believe me when I tell you Mussolini said something.
Try to speak for names, baby.
Yeah, where is it?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, who else is a villain that's so funny you can forgive? Disney villains not included.
I think Gaddafi's pretty funny. Also, but he's not a villain.
Illinois' very own. Oh, Rob Blagojevich.
Rod Blagojevich is a very good one.
Absolutely. He is so funny. He dyed his hair in prison.
They stopped letting him. So when he got out, it was pure white.
Yeah! He looked like Beetlejuice when he got out. It's amazing. That dude used to speak. He would do rallies across the country for Donald Trump. He tried hopping on the Trump train the same way that Giuliani did, but Rob. I also say his name wrong every time. Blagojevich.
Rod Blagojevich.
Rod Blagojevich. Whatever. It doesn't matter. He should still be in jail. He's a cartoon character. He's a toon.
He is.
Yeah, but he's funny enough.
I found that Mussolini race quote, by the way. It's important to the episode.
Okay.
Race? It is a feeling, not a reality. Which is the hardest line ever, by the way. I actually give the devil his due. Race, it is a feeling, not a reality. 95% at least.
He's doing math.
He is, he's mathing
He's
on
doing
us.
quick math, okay.
Nothing will ever make me believe that biologically pure races can be shown to exist today. National pride has no need for the delirium of race. Which I gotta tell you, if that was our brand of fascist today,
Fire.
we would, the trains would be running on time.
It's so funny that Italy went full fascist, but because they're all a bunch of like pasta eating goofballs that just like couldn't stop shooting each other in the foot, we don't. They're not labeled as like you know what I mean. They're not. It's like Germany, Japan, and then Italy, and Italy was just like the whole time, so we don't fault them.
You know,
it's crazy.
He Mussolini was like, man, you guys are eating too much pasta. Tried to had a national campaign where he was like, stop eating pasta, eat rice instead.
Rice?
Rice. Like, was literally trying to get Italians to stop eating pasta and eat rice instead.
That's awesome, dude. Just like not being able to read the room.
Yeah, truly, it's like, I'm the leader of all Italians now.
Yeah.
My first order of business, enough with the pasta.
Yeah.
That was...
What was that?
Was it not? Folks at home, did you catch that? What's
You gotta fist it.
I guess I do gotta. What's the other Italian one?
Did you do the fucking like da 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 da? That because that's not Italian. I think that's Hollywood.
No, I was trying to do Super Mario.
Okay.
Yeah. Which
I think I also just did Super Mario.
Yeah. You gotta learn the notes. When I learn the notes, it's gonna be over for all of you.
You play that thing like you already know it.
You gotta. That's how you when you hold a French horn, you gotta act like you know how to play it.
Mitch, when I told you look like you, when I said you look like you play a French horn, I'm thinking of like Colonel Mustard. You know what I mean? Like you look like.
Hey, I want you to know. My dad laughed at this the other day. That's how I know it's good.
Okay.
Fucking, I saw a tweet the other day that said, "Hey, Custer was dumb as fuck for going to a place called Custer's Last Stand."
That's pretty good.
Going to a battle called Custer's.
Yeah, right. Called I Lose. Hey, you know what I was thinking of too? Isn't speaking of wrestling, doesn't luchador mean like struggle?
Yeah, it's like fighter, like struggler.
My struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think in Germany it's called Mein Kampf?
I guess they're comp.
That was a lot funnier in my head 2 hours ago.
Yo, you had that locked and loaded.
Yeah, that was yeah. I thought I could just shoot that from the hip, but it looks like I'm just shooting blanks.
Yo, cross that out, please.
Smoking.
Remember the scene in Billy Madison, a movie I have seen, where he calls Steve Buscemi, he's like, "Hey, sorry for bullying you in high school," and he goes, "Hey, thanks, I appreciate it." Crosses his name off the people I'm going to kill with,
Yeah.
with lipstick, and then applies it.
Yeah, Billy Madison is actually one. It's so crazy that like Adam Sandler has an ocean of dog shit movies, but has been living off the lifeboat of like 3 good ones: Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, and then like Click, Uncut Gems, like a handful of them out of a sea of garbage ones. My favorite scene in Billy Madison is the fucking end scene. He's like, "Oh, what you just said was absolute gibberish, and we are all dumber here because of you. May God have mercy on your soul."
You know who the actor was that says that in the movie?
No.
The guy who's interviewing Conan, and he's going, no, I'm talking about Jeff Epstein, the real estate.
That's him?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
He's going, talking about Jeff Epstein.
The financier.
With the island.
Yeah. No.
Conan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Conan. Conan.
Conan. You know Conan's a name in the running.
Conan Tobin?
Yeah.
There has to be like a middle one that's also like an N. Like Conan, Ronan, Tobin.
Oh! Ronan's a good one. But that's a little too Japanese. That's a little too
Ronan?
Oriental.
You think that's a little too Eastern for your liking?
Well, not for my
Ronan?
liking, but like, I don't think it pull it off.
I mean...
Ronan's such a tight name.
Ronan?
You know what that is, right? Like, samurai without a master.
Is that...
Yeah. A Ronin is like a wraith. Like, someone who just kind of like wanders aimlessly doing tasks. You know what I mean? Like, without a master is what it means.
I had to call my mom back.
How's she doing?
She's good. She just wanted me to know that she made food. That's it.
Okay. Are you gonna have any?
Yeah, I'll probably go pick some up
Nice.
later.
Speaking of food, I'm going to be departing in 12 minutes.
Okay.
My father has made food.
Oh, what did
Nice.
Spaghetti and some garlic bread.
you make? Nice.
You know,
Nice.
we're not Italian. I feel like I have to say that when my dad makes spaghetti.
Everyone can make spaghetti.
I
make
know, it
spaghetti.
just feels like an Italian. In fact, hey, actually,
If it's not spaghetti and it's something else pasta, then I'd think that. But every
I guess
it's like a
Lasagna
Yeah.
also gets the exception.
yeah. But if you were like, oh, my dad's making ziti,
Yeah.
baked ziti, I'd be
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah, well, why?
yeah,
Did you know that? So we were talking about like the anti-German sentiment during World War II.
yeah.
Apparently, there was a lot of anti-Italian sentiment in the United States during the same time. So much so that Joe DiMaggio had to go like on record. Joe DiMaggio, being a famous baseball player, married Marilyn Monroe. He was that famous.
Oh, right, okay.
He had to go on record being like, I actually don't like spaghetti. I prefer Chinese food. And they all had to be like, they had to publish that, so they'd be like, stop harassing Joe DiMaggio for being Italian. He likes Chinese.
You know,
Imagine an Italian today just being like, I actually don't like Chinese food. Or Italian food.
imagine an Italian saying he doesn't like Chinese food. It is, you know what?
Call this Chinese?
The one thing I really do appreciate about Chicago and Chicagoland is that, like, and I didn't get this in DC, but, like, you can go to any corner restaurant. It could be called, like, Sal's or, like, Tom's or whatever, and it's always good. Like, the bar is midway. You know what I mean? Like, it's there. There's no bad restaurant. Everyone has, like, home-style cooking. It's the food capital.
Yeah, I know, I swear, because, like, my cousin, I mean, I just hosted him for a week, and every time he wanted to go try something, he would look at me and be like, where should I go?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you know, I've never had to ask myself that question. I just go.
Right,
And it's
just-
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just have a taste for something and you go.
Yeah, he wants recommendations. I'm like, go try something I haven't tried, and then you tell me
Yeah.
where you went, and then I'll get it next time. Like, that's how it is here.
Yeah.
We don't have,
See, that's the thing. It's literally, it's not like, what do you recommend? It's, well, what do you have a taste for?
yeah.
And then I'll
yeah,
recommend
we
some
really
of
have it all. Oh, I see you found the vape.
Sorry.
It's okay.
And I gotta tell you, the fact that you can mix and match in this city is so good.
Yeah.
The other day, I think I told the story in the last episode. I may have. I'll have to rewatch it. But I had a taste for a chicken shawarma, and I went and picked it up. And as I was eating it, I'm like, you know what? This would really go great with an horchata. And I went to a Mexican restaurant, picked up an horchata, and as I was washing it down, I'm like,
Oh,
this
God.
Oh my
is.
god.
It is so fucking good. It literally, I'm like, it made me tear up. I'm like, this is the greatest city I've
Wow.
Horchata is so good. Dude, it's no wonder that everyone in Chicago's fat. Like, it's crazy that, like, our whole economy is built
Our
on
main cuisine is always like a load of meat, a load of cheese, a load of carbs,
Yeah.
Beautiful.
and then some sugary drink to wash it down. It's disgusting.
It's also crazy that we used to be, like, the meat capital of the U.S.
I
Oh,
love how, what was it, Upton St. Clair wrote that...
The Jungle.
Yeah, wrote The Jungle, and the whole point was supposed to be, like, look at the economic conditions.
Yeah.
And instead Roosevelt read it and goes, there's fingers in our meat? and then had to, like, standardize the entire meat packing industry. It's like
Teddy Roosevelt,
Yeah,
by the way.
it wasn't what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, that's exactly it. Like, it was like, it's such a pro-socialist book. I'm actually really lucky that, like, reread it in, like, high school. I feel like a lot of people sleep on The Jungle. But like the whole message is like, yeah, the workers get together and end up finding like a better path. It's a horrible book though. Like everyone died. It's like, did you guys ever watch Mouse or read Mouse? Mouse is about like the Holocaust. It's about a son of a Holocaust survivor who talks to his dad about it, and his dad's like this eccentric dude.
I watched a YouTube video that broke it down actually.
Yeah,
That's all you need.
Yeah.
You've seen it. You've read it.
and it's good, but like that's also like a sad because like sure he survives, but like you go through the whole process of like yeah he survives, but like everyone dies, right? The same way with the jungle. Everyone dies towards the end until like you get to like the final like realization that like socialism is the key to like get out of this mess. But you're right. It's funny that people read them and they're like, gross.
Wait, so what was the thing everyone got about a finger?
Yeah, so Upton Sinclair writes The Jungle, and it's all about like the economic conditions like these people are living in, and just like
Well, it's about the meatpacking industry in Chicago
yes,
in the 1900s, like turn of the century.
and like the thing that wasn't supposed to come out of this was look how gross it is, and we should do something about it.
Oh,
But
it was
that's-
supposed to be about the economics, but instead
But,
everyone was like,
yeah, Roosevelt,
Yeah.
Teddy, TR read it and goes, "That's fucking gross, dude. There's fingers in my meat."
what fingers? Whose fingers?
The meat packers.
Human fingers?
Yeah, well, like
Excuse me?
They would like lose their fingers and they'd get in, like in the meat.
back in the day, there was no regulation,
Yeah.
right? And this is back before I think, right after like the Haymarket affair. So like
Yeah.
Yeah.
unions are just
Yeah.
starting to come up and stuff.
Mayday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, exactly. And so like these meatpacking industries were such a huge and profitable thing, especially in Chicago. All the railroads go to Chicago, and they used to go to like Little Village, back to the yards, and that's
Yeah.
where like all their slaughter plants
Right.
are at. But there was no like safety, or there was no
Yeah,
like health.
inspections and people coming in. Yeah.
None of it. Yeah, so
no
peop-
OSHA.
and
Yeah.
so like and you work more than 8 hours a day because like the whole union thing didn't really set off
Yeah, that's
yet.
what Mayday was all for. Yeah.
Right. And so like you would get your hand caught in a fucking grinder, and they'd say like, well, like tough shit, we're not paying you for the day. You
Yeah.
know, like go home and die.
Because of my experience with workers' comp, workman's comp, and injuries at work, all this started probably during those days where people were always working in factories or railroads or things where like people dying or getting severely mutilated and injured was so common that if everyone got a payout, business could not run because it was so common.
Yeah.
So they worked out a formula where it's workman's comp. It's like if you lost a leg, a finger, whatever the fuck it was, as long as something bad happened to you and you're still alive, we will pay you 2/3 of whatever you were being paid while you're not able to work.
Yeah.
So you're not allowed to sue, even if you work at a factory and your boss did something that caused you to lose a leg. There's no like lawsuit. You know, there's no lawsuit. There's no money.
Right.
There's no pain and suffering and trauma and all this, like how you get if you, slip and fall on ice in front of a gas station or something,
Yeah.
which is really interesting. I learned a lot about it just by, having to use it because of my fucking injury, and like, everyone was like, oh, you're gonna get rich. I was like, oh, okay, that'd be cool. That would have been cool. But instead I just got 2/3 of my pay for a year because I broke my leg, and I was like, wow. And then my like lawyer explained to me like, yeah, you're not gonna get shit because this was invented like in the early, like, I don't know, 1800s or something, just because everyone. It was like a normal day. It wasn't even like a, like your coworker would just lose his hand and be like, all right, it wasn't like,
It's Tuesday.
yeah, it's just a fucking Tuesday.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It is crazy.
The things people did for like regular wage.
It's also crazy that like laws don't get updated like that. I think one thing that would really improve the U.S. way of life is if we put timers on laws so that they like would expire and you have to
Reassess.
Yes,
Yeah.
right. Like workers' comp. It's been
Yeah.
fucking.
Because if you don't, laws just stack and stack and stack, and it just keeps growing. Like history books just keep growing, and it's
Yeah.
like at some point we're gonna have so many laws, nobody's gonna know all of them.
And nobody does. And like in America, we don't read except in Illinois. No,
And there are laws now about like it's like ridiculous stuff. Like if you catch a fish on a Tuesday, like you can go to jail, but it's like just something we never erased from.
You get a
somewhere.
$5 fine in the city of Joliet if you pronounce it Joliet.
Really?
That is
That's
true.
an actual
That's-
law?
yeah.
That is
Really?
fucking hilarious, dude.
That's awesome.
Oh my god.
Actually,
it's fucking hilarious.
keep that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some
Yeah.
laws.
But nothing against Joylet.
Joylet?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I gotta use the Joylet.
That's really, yeah. I remember someone told me that Joliet was built on like a garbage dump and that's why it smells bad. And then I repeated it to someone else and they were like, "What?" And I was like, "No, it's true." And I tried to look it up, I couldn't find anything.
I love that. I do love in our day and age, like the internet era, you can just read something and if it
If it sounds like you want to believe it.
Well, I have a philosophy in life that if I hear something and if it's funny enough, I'll just believe it to be true. Mm-hmm. Like as we discussed last time, Richard Gere had a gerbil shoved up his ass and it died, and they had to surgically remove a gerbil from his ass.
Oh.
That I believe to be true because it's funny.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true or not, but
I'm also like the internet. You can get thrown so much info at you that like at some point you're like, well, I'm too lazy. I'm not gonna look it up. But like if it's if it's funny or whatever, I'm gonna just believe it.
Like the brain-eating worm that was in RFK Jr.'s head.
Did he say that though?
Yeah, he said it was true. He said it was like eating a bear. Like he ate a bear and like it like didn't deworm it properly. Which like rookie mistake, idiot. Didn't deworm your freshly hunted bear.
You ever see a fucking X-ray of someone who's got worms?
Worms terrify me.
Like muscle worms.
No, I don't even. Any worms? Worms are disgusting.
Remember the lady we.
Yes, I was about to go there. By the way, I said that to I think to Dana, or no, it was actually my cousin. Yesterday or the day before, I was like, yeah, this lady that works at this bar in like Alsip was like telling us all about her dietary lifestyle. She said, I spent one whole year eating nothing but meat and another year spent eating nothing but vegetables. And then she's like, but you do have to do ivermectin, whatever the other thing was. And then I said, she told us that if you do ivermectin and then just like blow your nose, you can see all the worms. Jesus My cousin was like, he was like, no, she's stupid. She probably just saw like her boogers and was like, oh, they look wormy. And I was like, I don't think so. And he's like, well, how would worms get in your lungs? I'm like, good question. He looked it up. And which worm was it? Not tapeworms, not ringworm. One of the worms that you can get can go from your, I think because it can go from your bloodstream that then goes to your heart, and your heart is kind of enmeshed with your lungs and constantly exchanging blood, and so she probably had worms in her fucking lungs.
How bad are you that when you blow your nose, which I do every morning...
But she had to take ivermectin though.
That
to make it happen.
Worms are coming out of your nose.
And it's funny because she was doing this whole homesteading thing as a health choice.
You know, fucking...
I'm like, I don't blow worms out of my... But then all these like Rogan Bros health freaks are like, no, everyone has worms, you just don't know that you do. And if you were to do ivermectin, take an ice bath, you would see the worms. And then you believe that if anything's funny enough, you'll believe it. If something makes me uncomfortable enough, I'll believe it.
Like that seems too crackpot to not be true.
Yeah, it's like, hey, Renini, you think you don't have worms? You think you're safe? You think you're safe?
Horseshoes around.
Yeah,
what are you
think you're safe. Is that about?
Yeah.
You think you're safe?
I'm like, oh, I probably have worms. I'm terrified of worms, dude. Because they it makes sense that they can get anywhere because they start out as the legs, they're tiny, and then they can get as big as.
In Peace Corps, we had the fucking malaria conversation. Do you guys know how malaria works?
It goes from the spit of the mosquito into your bloodstream.
Well, yeah, so that's half right? Like, so it's a 2-step process. So, like, when I was in Ethiopia, you take malaria preventative medicine. But what that does is, like, if you get bit by a mosquito that has malaria, you can still get bit by a mosquito and have malaria larvae in your bloodstream. Yeah. What the medicine does is that it prevents the second half, which is the...
It's just like when you have pets and you let them outside and you have to give them, I have to put something on the back of my cat's neck every month if I let them go outside because they can get that. It's not malaria, it's heartworm, but it's the same thing. Yeah. A mosquito will bite them, it'll put little eggs in them, and you just give them the medicine so that any eggs that happen to be in there, it's kind of like chemotherapy. It's just like we're just going to treat every part of the blood and just make it a little toxic so that any little tiny egg will just like.
Alright, we're just gonna kill anything that's in there.
Because if you don't, it'll nest itself in the heart, and then grow.
Oh, disgusting.
And then the cat will start to, have like a.
Oh, is this it?
Yes, I have to cut out.
All right.
My father has made dinner.
All right, brother. Another good episode of Illinois' #1 podcast.
The #1 podcast in Illinois.
Enjoy your spaghetti.
Thank
my brother.
you. Darren, I know you're watching.
We want you on the show.
We're waiting
We know
for
you're
you.
running for governor.
Send us an email through IllinoisPodcast@gmail.com, and we will get back to you as soon as we can.
Alrighty.
You know he's pro-Palestine, Renee? That's
Who?
Darren Bailey,
Who is it?
the guy that ran for Republican governor in 24
We should
against
make next
JB,
episode-
or in 22 against JB.
We should make the next
He
episode.
I literally think he was throwing shit at the wall. He's like, this guy's Jewish and pro-Israel. I'm going to be the most pro-Palestine candidate in the world. And he was. He went to Bridgeview, and he's like, hey, I don't think what Israel's doing is right. Literally, the only Republican I've ever heard say that. And he literally just did it because JB's pro-Israel.
We are going to have him on the show. For the last 4 years,
Do you
we've...
think we could reach for that?
Yes, we've been doing
my
We've been
God.
trying to
Yeah.
since the first episode.